Would you say it's been a chaotic 2 weeks for you, really?
2 weeks, probably like 2 years.
I'm referring to the Newcastle type thing. I mean, obviously that must have been a great experience.
Yeah, it was really fun. Was that?
I can't wait to learn, obviously, the seminar thing and how he ended up on the show. There's so much I want to talk about. We're talking to Joe Sedgwick. We've got loads to talk about. Intern, roll the intro. Joe, it's great to talk to you, bud. How are we doing? You all right?
I'm good, thank you. Just really warm.
Yeah, the weather's picked up now, so it's like, whew, bloody hell.
Yeah, it's really warm today, isn't it?
I imagine it's worse for you, obviously, Joe, training as well.
Yeah. I was training this morning actually as well. It was red hot.
But I guess that's the good thing about it. We're on obviously Saturday and all that. How's the week been for you?
It's been fun. It's been really good. I had a show yesterday, showdown, and just training Monday, Wednesday. It's been fun.
So with all this training, do you get time to like yourself and just like sit and chill?
Yeah, I've got Tuesday and Thursday off. I got go to the gym. Sometimes I just have it off, take the dogs out for a walk, but I have a lot of time just wrestling.
There you go. There you go. Now, one of the reasons obviously you're actually on this show is one, I was at Showcase of obviously Champions, which we'll talk about, and you really stood out for me there. That was part of the reason I wanted you on the show. And in preparation for the show as well, I was doing a lot of research, and there's a couple of matches which really stuck out for me from yourself. We'll obviously discuss that as well. But I want to touch on, obviously, you said that in the intro you've been wrestling, what, 2 years? Is that correct?
Yeah, I made my debut in 2021, but it was the end. I think it was like September.
I guess the reason is what made you also want to get into this line. I want to say line of work, but wrestling in general.
My dad's done it. He started UKW in like 2008, and I've always been involved in it. I've always done training, and I just couldn't wait to get on shows.
And what was the first bump like? Taking the first bump.
God, I must have been like 5 years old. I can't remember that.
Never mind. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you're obviously a big part of UKW and stuff like that. And I want to touch on obviously the Showcase of Champions match, which is this one right here against
Yeah.
Chris Castle. Now, this was obviously my first time at UKW, and straight away, this match stood out for me big time. Is it like a personal rivalry, obviously in wrestling terms? Is that correct?
Yeah, kind of. Because the story going into it was more that like I've never pinned Chris without rolling him up, and obviously now I'm the champ. Chris was like, "Well, you never beaten me properly 1-on-1," so it was that was the story going into it. That's why he did the roll up at the end into the finish, but that was the story going into it. It was fun though. I love working with Chris.
Yeah, what was this match like in particular? Because, like I said, this is the match which stuck out for me. This event.
I just love working with Chris. I think I said it to him. I say it to him all the time. I think Chris is one of the easiest person I've ever worked with, just because we can go out there. We've not planned that much, and it just flows. And I loved the match at Showcase of Champions. I really, really enjoy working with Chris. I don't have much else to say about it.
The one thing I like about obviously yourself is like you were so all over the place on the actual show because it is. I won't say it's a small venue, but because I'm really observing. I'm like, wait, there he is. Then he's like there. I'm like, where the? You're not keeping still on a show day, really, are you?
No, so I was filming. I was on cameras at one point, and then I'm running up and downstairs, making sure like times and everything. It's just, yeah, our pay-per-view days are just hectic. They're all over the place.
I imagine when you get like once you've done the whole thing, you just like getting inside. You're like, ah.
I just go to sleep. It's the first thing I do. You get back. Well, to be fair, I watch the match, and then I'll go to sleep. It's just nice to get back after that long day, because the training in the morning. So we'll get here at about 9:30. We'll train, and then we're here all day making sure the show is ready. Blah blah blah. And it's just a long day.
It's fun though. I mean, I guess
it is, and it's worth it. It's worth it.
I was about to say, you like to keep busy and stuff like that, and that's probably the best thing about John being in wrestling and stuff. Now,
yeah.
Now you've obviously been, like you said, 2 years there. I imagine you are critical of your own work and stuff, being in the ring.
Yeah, I'm always watching my own matches back and sending them off to get feedback and everything. There's a lot of matches I watch back and I'm like, oh, I could have done this better, I could have done that better, but I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? So that's what it's for.
No, absolutely. I think everyone I've spoken to, whether it's wrestling, in ring, outside, they're always said the same thing. We're always critical, but I guess that's just like the nature of the beast in a way. Is that fair?
Yeah, 100%.
So, again, now you mentioned obviously your dad is obviously in it, and I want to touch on this match here because this is the first match I watched, a cage match, and talk about this because I imagine it's challenging, obviously being in the ring, obviously with a family member and stuff.
I've never had an issue with it. I thought it was really fun. I can't really watch that match back as much anymore. I don't like how it worked. I can't watch a lot of my old matches back. Just because I think I've got to the point now where I'm just a lot better than I was then, and I understand it way more than I do now. And I loved the match. I enjoyed it, but I think I had a better match with my dad last year. Rebound. We had the world title match. I think that one was way better. I had a lot of fun in that one, but the cage match was fun. That was my first version as well.
Really? I mean, was that his first cage match you've been in as well?
Yes, yeah. So, sorry,
go ahead.
When I debuted in September 2021, the next show was the cage show, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get a cage match in my second match. Let's go!" And my dad was like, "Yeah, you're not doing that." And then I was filming it.
Is your dad very? I won't say protective, but is like making sure you're all right and stuff.
He was to begin with. I think he still is now. Like if I go out and something doesn't go or it doesn't look like it's gone right, it'll be the first one I see when I get back. But I think he understands I can protect myself now, so he's not always there, and it's all right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And this other match, and I think this is a series of matches, was against this guy right here. These were absolute brutal matches, by the way. When I think of physical matches, this is the one which stuck out really. What was this like?
That one was a lot of fun. That was the payoff. That was the third match, and that was the January one. The one in, I want to say, September, October last year, that one sucked. That one hurt. I was taking all the chops in that one. That one was the one-sided squash. And then the November one, I wasn't really a fan of the November match. I thought it was all right. It did what it needed to do, but I don't know. I just think the other two definitely outshone it. And then the January match I loved.
Now, like I said, you've been in wrestling 2 years. Are there any more matches which stick out for you where you look back going, I'm proud of that match?
I think my ladder match. I had a ladder match with NRG. It was me and Johan, who was the Empire. We defended the tag titles against NRG in the ladder match. They won them, and it was just, we put Mo through a ladder and everything. It was great. I really enjoyed that match. What other matches have I had? I really enjoyed my match in February with Tommy Dillon. That was a lot of fun. I'm trying to mainly think of the pay-per-view matches. My WrestleBration match with Johan last year. I really enjoyed that one. I love working with Johan and Chris, the Empire. They're great to work with. And Hamza's debut match when he was the referee. The story going into that was like I was the dickhead heel and I was pushing him around. And then at the pay-per-view, he'd get on the mic and he's like, I've had enough of this. Let's have a match right now. And that was great. It was a lot of fun. The crowd loved it. So.
Oh, dear. Now, do you prefer face or heel, even though you're 2 years in?
I don't know, actually, because I always thought I preferred heel. Because I started as a face and I instantly turned heel. And I went into a story that way. And I was heel for ages. So I thought I preferred heel. But then I turned face. In the match with my dad, the second match with my dad last year, I turned face at the end of it. And I just love being face as well. I think I prefer being face. Sorry, I think I'm more comfortable being a baby face than I am a heel. But heel, I just get to chat shit.
Be a dick, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Now, for people obviously listening who's not familiar with UKW, give them a little insight, obviously, what UKW is, what it's about, and stuff like that.
UKW is great. We run Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We have the one Saturday show a month. We've got the 3 weekly shows. We're on TV now as well. I can't remember for the life of me which channel we're on. I know if you download the True TV app, we're on the Brit Bash setting. And then we're training. We train Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. UKW is great, and it's a really good place to be.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've spoke to a couple of people here. Obviously, Sebastian obviously was on there. Kirsty Love, Leonie Rose. There's so many people, and I can't even think off the top of my head. Do you know what I mean? There's such great talent there.
100%, 100%.
Absolutely. So you mentioned Rebound. I want to talk about that match. So next up, Rebound's on this
Yes,
1st of June.
1st of June.
A fatal four-way. Some big names in there. Are we nervous?
Yeah, I think I am. I just can't wait to clock Hamza.
Why him in particular?
Just because it's like, you cost me the match, you cost me this, and it's like I was there to help, and it's just we're sort of beefing at the minute. But I'm looking forward to it. I think the four-way will be fun. I think it's going to be a nice sort of it should be a fun match. We did a triple threat last week. I want to say last Friday. It was me, Hamza, and Cayman. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it should be good.
Yeah, there's obviously Leonie Rose, which really obviously surprised me, which is this one.
Oh, Sadie, yeah.
I was like, holy crap. I'm like, I mean, everyone knows obviously Sadie, she's big, obviously, and that match alone, and obviously the Fatal Four, that's two matches I cannot wait to go see. Some incredible shows. So, obviously, being in the wrestling, obviously 2 years and stuff like that, do you get time much to watch wrestling from a fan's perspective in a way, even though you're training and stuff?
Yeah. I love watching WWE. I used to love watching AEW. It's like I used to stay up with my mates watching all the first few pay-per-views. I remember watching the first one when John Moxley debuted as well, and was like, "Oh shit, he's here!" But I don't know. I sort of fallen out with it. I don't like sort of I don't know. I just don't like how it is. I love how WWE is at the minute. I watch it all the time, as much as I can anyway. I don't get a lot of time to watch like the Raw and SmackDown all the time. I'll always watch the pay-per-views or the PLEs now.
Yeah, the thing is with AEW, I mean, I'm AEW mark, I'll say that quite openly, but I feel like at the moment there's a lot going up behind the scenes, which a lot of fans, you read the dirt sheets and stuff like that, you know what I mean? It's just, the thing is now with social media, and I'm sure you obviously might agree with this, social media now can be so toxic. I mean, people focus more on the negative than, the stuff like
that. I don't get me wrong. I still watch like parts of AEW. Like I keep up with like the pay-per-views and stuff. Like I watched the Ospreay and Danielson match. I loved it. I watched Swerve win the belt. I love Swerve. I love his song. But it's like I don't keep up to it as much as I do with like WWE. A lot of people are always telling me to watch New Japan, but I've never I watch the odd match or the odd like highlights, but I never sit and watch a full show. I think I tried to do it once and it was like 7 hours long. And I was like, yeah, it's not mania.
And what's some of the talent you like watching in WWE? Is any talent will stick out for you?
I love watching Austin Theory. I think he's really good. I loved when he had the United States title. I like watching AJ Styles as well. I love AJ. I'm trying to think of other people. Cody as well. I know my brothers hate him. I always get heat whenever a Cody match is on. I'm like, yeah, come on, Cody. And they're like, no, Cody better lose his belt now.
I imagine then at the WrestleMania match, the main event, you were like, come on. And then your bro's like, no.
Yep. It's exactly like that.
That's absolutely brilliant. I want to talk, you just mentioned there, obviously, AJ Styles. Is that what your style's kind of based off in a way?
My gear is exactly like AJ Styles pretty much. When I first designed it, I was like, right, well, I basically just want to have because I like just the big, simplistic, gear. Mm-hmm. So that's what I wanted to go with. I've got a new design that I'm getting for the event in July, the WrestleBration.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because I think I want to drop the Prodigy thing. I don't like that it's slapped on the side of my thigh anymore. But yeah, I do like AJ's gear a lot. So I think that's kind of why I slapped that on there as well. I think I've done the Styles Clash a few times as well. I might have done three times, maybe.
There you go. And how did the Prodigy name come about?
Mustafa gave me it. So when I joined the Empire, he was like, we was in the back just before going out on a promo, and he was like, "Oh, what's your nickname?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't really have one." This is when I just started as well. So he was like, "All right, well, we'll just give you one out there," and then that's what he said, Prodigy. And I was like, "All right, it'll stick." and it's just stuck for the last 2 years.
But you feel like you want to like not shy away from that, but change it.
Well, I think it worked when I wasn't. So I was the youngest on the roster when I had that, but now I'm 19, and there's obviously this is 17, the 18-year-olds. I'm no longer the youngest here, so I don't know. I kind of want to just move on from it and just come up with something else. I don't know what yet. I need to come up with something, but I definitely don't want it slapped on the side of my tights anymore.
Awesome. So I ask a lot of people this. Why should people who's not familiar with Joe Sedgwick go check out Joe Sedgwick? This is kind of like a way to like promote yourself a little bit.
I think I offer something sort of, I want to say not unique, because I am just that babyface at the minute. I don't have that character. But I think I offer, like, I know how to put like a decent match together. Like we showed that at the pay-per-view with Chris. Is like I love wrestling, and I think it shows in my matches as well. I love getting the opportunities, like the rest of the Newcastle one last weekend. I think, I don't know. You put me on the spot there. I don't know.
That's the idea. Sometimes I always put people on the spot at some point, and like I said, don't worry. Everyone like you're on the spot. I don't know. And stuff like that. Now, you've obviously mentioned the rest of the Newcastle thing. Now, as I was booking you for this actual show, weirdly, you were like, "Oh, I'm in Newcastle." I'm like, "Oh, sweet. I am too." Weirdly. Now, you're obviously part of the seminar before the actual show, correct?
Yeah.
Now, for people who's obviously not done a seminar, talk about obviously what happens and stuff like that, and like a little bit of a back thing. What happens?
The seminar is great. So we got there, we did a stretch off as warm up, and then we got in the ring. We went through a really cool drill where we was just doing the rolls. We got the bumps in, a few takeovers, the up and overs, all the sort of basic stuff. And then we went through, I think we went through heat and a shine. It was really fun. It was great. Casey and BTRS. I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that.
What? Sorry, heat chase or something? Did you say?
Casey and BTRS.
No, you said something like a little thing before that. I can't remember what you said.
The drill.
Yes.
So yeah, just the drills. They're just really good.
Right. Okay. I was like, what? What's going on about that? I thought,
sorry.
A bit of a heat thing. Anyway, moving on. Now.
Oh, the heat and the shine. The heat and the shine.
That's correct. Yeah. What does that entail? Because just the name.
So I just got it wrong. It's the heat and the hope. So the shine is you start at a match where you get where the babyface should shine up and then the heel can get the cut off. We did a heat and a hope. So your hope spot is where the face fights back a little bit, heel cuts off again. That's what we went through. It was really fun. It was a lot of fun, was that?
Yeah, I mean, BT's obviously is. Case is obviously good as well. Now, from that actual moment, I'm actually excited to learn about this. You obviously ended up on the actual show.
Yeah.
Now, I was obviously there. I was obviously front row.
Yep.
I was from there front row, and I'm like, and the tag team, and then my sister looks at me going, "Oh, well, that's Joe and Seb." How did this all come about? Please do tell us. I'm excited to learn.
So we finished the seminar, and we'd gone for some food. We got back, we sat down, we're eating, and then Rich comes up to us, and he's like, "Oh, your fan's been on the show?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure." And then Benji comes up to him, and he's like, "Yeah, blah blah blah. This is what's going to happen. Blah blah blah. One thing leads to another. We've got Shreddy and Alex Henry." It was a lot of fun. It was like, right, so we just need this 3-minute squash. And I was like, yeah, great. Thank you for the opportunity of getting us on.
The one thing I love me is like everyone's boring you, and I'm just there going, I know who these guys are.
we got in the ring, and I turned around towards the stage, because you were sat near the stage, weren't you?
I was, yes.
And I turned around, and I could swear I saw someone in the UKW hoodie. And I said to Kyle, I was like, I think someone sat here in a UKW hoodie. And I had to look back. I was like, yeah, there is.
Do you know who that person was?
Was that?
It was my sister who was actually there with that. So when we went to obviously the UK, when we went to UKW last year, obviously did get the hoodie and stuff like that. And she's not put it down since, you know what I mean? I will be honest with you. But yeah, you're not seeing things. She did have a genuinely hoodie. I was the guy outside of her.
I recognized you.
I was like, oh my god, it's absolutely terrific. I mean, is Shreddy as big as he obviously seems?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, there's one picture where I'm stood like this next to him, and I couldn't believe it when I'd seen the picture. I was like, oh god.
He is. He's absolutely. I've obviously spoke to Shreddy as well. He's absolutely terrific and stuff like that. What was Twitter like? Obviously, when she got back after this actual, I'm not going to say squash match because I hate using that terminology, but that experience for you.
It was just a lot of fun. It was a different crowd. I got to work in front of I think there were 300 people there, 200 and some. It was fun to go somewhere else. It's as much fun as UKW is. I've been here for like 2.5 years now, 2 years. It's nice to start branching out and going other places. And now I'm getting in front of different audiences. And even if it's for 3 minutes and 40 some seconds, however long it was, it's just nice to start getting my name out there.
Absolutely. And it was a nice surprise for me, do you know what I mean? Because, like I said, I knew you was going to be there. I just didn't expect you being on the actual show. And so that, for me, that was a great, actual, nice surprise for me, to be honest with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So, obviously, you've been in 2 years again. Obviously, I've referred that a little bit. Do you obviously, who in the UK scene do you, like, look up to in a way?
So when we went to Progress, so we obviously some of us will go down to Progress and Rev Pro just to sit and watch. Leon always stands out. I love how Leon works. Darius, I think he's there when he comes out. Even people like Nina Samuels. We've had her on. She had a cage match with Leone last year before. That was really good because me and Johan went out and we got involved. That was a fun spot. And Rampage, I love watching Rampage Brown work. We train with him now. We go most Sundays. He's great to listen to. Who else? Robbie X is another one I love watching.
Great talent there. Do you know what I mean? Nina Samuels as well. I mean, what is it, like 10 belts she's actually collected across like various promotions?
I saw a post about that the other day. Yeah, that's mental.
Like, there's the thing at Riot Cabaret where she just walks out with all belts, and I'm just like, oh my god, what the hell?
Michael Oku's another one. I love watching his matches as well.
He's terrific. Did you see the match she had with Will at Rev Pro?
I didn't watch it, but I saw a lot of the clips that a lot of Instagram people were putting up.
Yeah, it's absolutely terrific. So, being obviously wrestling for so long, what's the goal for you short term, really?
At the minute, it's more like I just want to get out there. At the minute, I want to branch out. That's why I loved working for Win last weekend. I just want to start getting my name out there, start getting that a little bit bigger, and I think I'm just going to stick to UKW for a bit. I love what we've got here. I love working here. I love the fact that we work weekly and we've got the storylines going. I love the fact that I've got the thing with Hamza at the minute. It's just great that we've got something to build on, and we've got the weekly experience as well. Like I'm getting a match either if not once a week, it's twice a week, or I might miss a week and then I have the match week after. It's really good to be here. But I just want to start getting my name out there, start branching out. Long term, it's the same goal as everybody else. I want to obviously get to America, get on the WWE and everything else. But I think right now I just want to branch out and try and get as big as I can.
Absolutely. So I imagine you've got like plenty of dream opponents then. So what's your top 3 people like you'd like to work with?
Are we talking realistic or are we talking of all time, like just everything?
Let's go realistic.
Realistic. Rampage is one of them. I'd love to work with Rampage. He'll kill me for saying it, but I'd love to work with Rich, the ref. I think that'd be really fun. And then someone like Darius. I just love how Darius works. He looks really good in the ring. I see all the clips of his online. He'd be great to work with.
What about promotion-wise? Obviously, you mentioned wrestling in Newcastle. Is there any promotion which in the UK you'd like to work for, like as a dream?
I'd love to get on like someone like Progress. Progress would be sick. Rev Pro, all the big ones. And over the top. I love the over the top ones. I'm trying to think where else. Title's a good one at the minute. True Grit, that's near us as well. I'm trying to think of other ones around us. North's another one.
Everyone I've spoke to mentioned North. Do you know what I mean?
It's good at the minute, and they've just got Elias on, haven't they?
They have. every time I see they've announced somebody, I'm like, wow, this is just absolutely terrific. You know what I mean? Yeah, some great stuff. Great stuff. I'm just trying to think some more promotion on the spot. Like I said, because where Batley is, it's not really far drive for anywhere, really, is it? You're like in a perfect spot, really, to travel.
It's just outside of Leeds, isn't it? So you can get here from anywhere.
Yeah, I'm on the spot. Yeah, no, I think that's really it. I mean, that obviously North. I think North's great. I obviously want to go to North as well. Rev Pro, I will be there in soon, but
we went to one last time. It was in Sheffield. Not the last time, the one before. I can't remember some of the matches it was on. Yeah, I can't remember some of the matches. Oh, they had Connor Mills and Luke Jacobs. I think that was on there. That was good. Connor's really good. Me and Mercer went down to London at one point. We drove down to London just to drive back up, just to train at Rev Pro, and we trained with Connor.
Who's the driver? Is it you or Mercer?
Mercer.
What you like as a what you call it? What you like as a passenger? You all right? You quiet? Or you just like
yeah? No, I'm all right. I like to play the music.
What's the go-to music for the road?
Taylor Swift.
What? Are you taking the mic? I hope you're joking there, by the way.
No, because Kyle won't like my playlist. I'll put my playlist on and he'll be like, turn this off, turn this off.
Are you actually taking the mic with Taylor Swift, or are you actually being serious?
No, my go-to is Travis Scott. I just love listening to Travis Scott. As soon as I put him on though, everyone's like, what are you listening to?
He's got some bangers out. I will be honest.
I was looking at his concert because he's coming to Manchester, and I looked at his tickets, like 300 quid. I was like,
yeah, everyone's kicking off about the Clash at the Castle prices more than all.
Yeah, like 500 quid, aren't they?
That's for 2 shows though, but yeah, the single one's like 300 quid.
But yeah.
Oh dear. Do you know what? This has been a really, really fun shout show. Yeah, see, Eat's got to me. I'm gone. Oh dear. So I'll plug obviously the show for Rebound, and then you can plug your own stuff maybe before we head off. So if you guys want to check out UKW, Rebound's obviously around the corner, 1st of June. The UKW Arena in Batley, correct?
Yeah.
There's 2 great matches there. Obviously, Sadie Gibbs versus Leonie Rose. And, of course, Mr. Joe, you will be in a fatal 4-way. I'll let you plug this one yourself.
Yeah, I've got the fatal 4-way for the heavyweight title. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's Hamza, myself, Damien, Cayman. You know, you got multiple stories here as well. You got the Damien Cayman story. You have the Firing Squad and NRG and NR Joe story. You have the Hamza and Joe story now. It's just, there's a lot of stories intertwined in this one match, and it should be a lot of fun. There's a lot of other matches as well announced on it. Hold on. I can't remember off the top of my head. I know we announced some last night. We've got a street fight. That's Horace and Tommy Dillon. There's the tag title match. My dad, he's on it. He's got Johan. If Johan wins the takeover.
That's a big stipulation, I will be honest.
It should be a fun match as well. The crowd always seems to like really eat everything up that Johan does. I know at the last pay-per-view, Tracy slapped him, didn't he?
Oh, yes, I was there.
Yeah. We have the Dream Ticket match now as well. Mercer and Ellis. That should be good. I think we've only got 6 matches on it. Yeah, I think that's it.
It's a good show, though. Go check it out, guys.
Oh, yeah, 100%, 100%.
One final thing, Joe. Is there anything you want to plug, my friend? Like your socials and stuff?
Social, it should be at Joe Sedgwick, like I've got on here, on just about everything. The only other thing mainly that I want to plug is WrestleBration. That's July 27th. I hope it's 27th or 29th. I know it's one of them. I hope it's the 27th. But yeah, it's WrestleBration. It's 15th one this year. That's mental.
Absolutely crazy. Again, check out all the tickets on UKW.tv. Is that correct?
UKWrestling.tv.
I was close. I was just trying to do it on top of your head.
Close. You should. In fact, UKW.tv is the Instagram, so you should still get it.
Okay. I follow that many things, mate. I ain't got a clue where I am. I don't even know what day.
I don't blame you.
Dear. Now this has obviously been a really fun chat. Do you know what? Let's try that again. This has been a really fun chat, Joe. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Of course, thank you for having me.
Not a problem. So the Magic of Wrestling will be back in officially at 6:30 today. So I'm going to ask you one question before we head off. This is what we're covering: wrestling authority figures. One final thing before we head off: your favorite wrestling authority figure. Go.
Triple H.
As himself or as the authority?
As the Authority. It was brilliant. With the Daniel Bryan match at WrestleMania 30, brilliant.
That's obviously what we're covering today at 6:30 p.m. This will obviously be on YouTube, so you can go and watch it back. Joe, good luck obviously with everything. Good luck with the obviously fatal 4-way match, and hopefully we'll see you at a show at some point.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Cheers for watching, guys.